Before we get started, make sure to turn on post notification and subscribe to the channel. 10 tag teams WWE should put towards the women's tag team titles. Number 10. Nia Jax and Tamina Snuka. When WWE is looking for top tag teams, a duo between Nia Jax and Tamina Snuka is likely to be near the top of the pile, as they have been brought together ever since Tamina made a return from injury, with their family ties often being the reason for that. Both Tamina and Nia offer something totally different to the women's roster due to their size, and having that in the tag team division is just as important, with the team being solid heels who can dominate due to their size and strength advantage. Nia Jax is one of WWE's biggest female stars, and therefore placing her into the tag team division would immediately add some major star power to the division, while they have a clear and distinct look, which also suits tag team wrestling. Number 9. Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. When Alexa Bliss returns from injury, she will very likely be put back together with Mickie James, someone she has worked with ever since James returned to WWE, meaning they could easily be accepted as a team in the minds of the WWE universe. With Alexa having already achieved everything there is to do in the women's division on both Raw and SmackDown, this is a new hurdle and opportunity for her to overcome and achieve, and with her microphone skills, she would work well in building storylines. As well as that, giving James one final run with the WWE title is something that she deserves after all her service to wrestling, adding yet another notch to her already Hall of Fame worthy career alongside Bliss. Number 8. Marina Shafir and Jessamyn Duke. The two former MMA stars have worked hard since debuting in NXT and have already shown the same impressive signs that both Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler have, and it's obvious the company is invested in both of them. WWE is going to need to add more depth to its women's roster to set up full storylines for the tag team titles, and with Shafir and Duke already working as a tag team in NXT, they make a good option to be brought in to push for the titles. WWE is eventually going to do the 4 Horsewomen versus 4 Horsewomen storyline that fans are waiting for, and bringing Shafir and Duke to the main roster would be a wise way of starting that feud. Number 7. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose have been crying out for women's tag team titles ever since they debuted on the main roster, and now that they're finally coming, they should be pushed as a top heel duo to chase those titles. Both women have worked together as a team ever since they debuted, and their chemistry together is fantastic. With them being best friends in real life, it will be easy to convey that they want to chase tag team glory together. On top of that, Vince McMahon is reportedly a big fan of Rose, and if that is the case, then you can expect him to book her strongly this year. And while Deville has also made huge improvements, giving them a big push has certainly been earned. Number 6. Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai. While Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai are both currently injured, when they are back to full health, they would make a smart choice to be moved straight to the main roster and debut as an official tag team. The two ladies have been working together ever since they were both signed to NXT, and even though they have teamed up a lot, their Team Kick name has already got over with fans, and it's clear that they have great chemistry together. Team Kick should be part of the main roster run towards the titles, as they are an actual team rather than two women just thrown together, and after already having little exposure, fans would react, while they also add something fresh to the roster. Number 5. Trish Stratus and Lita. While Team Kick would be something new and fresh, that doesn't mean that there shouldn't be a look back to the past when it comes to women's tag team titles, and bringing back Lita and Trish Stratus certainly would go down well with fans. While they might have been the biggest of rivals during their careers, the ladies are best friends, and Team Bestie would be something that the WWE Universe could get behind for nostalgic purposes, while it would also create more dream matches with today's talent. Lita and Trish can very much still perform, and they wouldn't look out of place, as they proved when they returned for Evolution. Both women clearly want to be part of the Evolution, and while they might not return for a full-time spell, another part-time run would be great to see. Number 4. The Bellas. Another pair that would make perfect sense to bring in to push for the women's tag team titles would be the Bella Twins. Nikki and Brie have spent their entire careers working together. While neither Bella is working with WWE full-time anymore, neither has retired either, and both are keen to empower women as much as possible, which is why they want to be part of any possible tag team division. The Bellas often talk about a WWE return and have been wanting tag team titles for years. Given their legendary status within the company, it would be surprising not to see them involved in some way. Number 3. The IIconics. Peyton Royce and Billie Kay were just created for tag team wrestling, as they are perfect together. The chemistry is undeniable, and they can easily bounce off each other with the fantastic promos and inside the ring. They will 100% be part of WWE's female tag team division, and as they have already been established as a team for a while now, likely being one of the top heel teams in the division, the IIconics have yet to be given tons of future time inside the ring, and the tag team division will allow them to showcase those in-ring abilities, which may very well surprise some people. Number 2. Riott Squad. Much like the IIconics and Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, it felt like WWE brought the Riott Squad to the main roster with the tag team division in mind, and they have been stuck in limbo ever since then. WWE hasn't been confident enough to give them a major storyline, but has been impressed to the point where they are featured every single week, which is a good sign. Now that the titles are finally arriving, this would be the time to capitalize on the months of build that the trio have been receiving. Unlike everyone else on this list, the Riott Squad have 3 members, which means they could execute the free bird rule on the titles, much like the New Day do, which would be a fresh take, and could provide even more storyline opportunities. Number 1. Sasha Banks and Bayley. WWE simply has to push Sasha Banks and Bayley into the tag team division, and the company will in fact likely build the entire division around them, as they are fan favorites who will provide major star power to the titles. The company has gone through the friendship storyline between Banks and Bayley for over a year now, with plenty of teases about a turn throughout, and it all has to be for something, likely the tag team titles. The duo chasing after the titles would finally give them an actual storyline to sink their teeth in, which would allow the fans to invest further into their characters and hopefully really give each woman a much needed fresh start.